Welcome. How is everybody doing today? My name is Kim. I am a community learning specialist with DoSpace, and everybody welcome to Little's Lab. I'm seeing a few regular names, but I do see a new name that is maybe you're new to Little's Lab, so welcome. Well, we are going to get started. We are going to be continuing on a little bit with our theme this month. So every month we do a different theme or different activities based around a theme. And this month we have been talking about making. Our theme is Let's Make. So we've been talking about making. So what do you guys like to make? What are some things that you really love to make? Maybe I bet you've been doing some really great things at home recently, right? And making can be anything. It's a pretty broad term, right? You can make with food, you can make with Play-Doh, you can make with blocks or bricks, you can make with blankets, you can make with like crayons and markers. Ooh, we have one friend that's saying, or they're making forts in the house. Nice. Yes. That is so, yeah, making house forts or pillow forts or blanket forts is such a fun thing to do, fun to make, kind of get your engineering brain going. Anything else you've been making? What else have we been making around the house? I think I've talked about this before. I've been making a lot of baked goods. I made some peanut butter chocolate chip cookies recently, and they turned out pretty good. Oh, Annabelle said she made some Play-Doh. Have you been making with Play-Doh, or did you make the Play-Doh yourself? Either way, it's fun, right? Playing with Play-Doh is because you can do so many things, and it's really nice and fun and tactile. And so that's a really great thing to play with and make things out of. I like making balls because it's really easy. Just like put it in between your hands. I like that. So anything else? Anything else you've been making at home? And if not, that's okay. And if you think of anything, go ahead and put it in the chat. Have your grown-up help us out with the chat and put things in the chat that you would like to share, like things you're making. And so, yeah. So today we are going to go over our calendar. I like to look at a calendar every time. It helps us with our letters and numbers and our days of the week. And then we are going to be reading a story, kind of about a story. And so it's a little bit, you're gonna have to use your imagination because we are going to be kind of creating the story as we go. The story is not just laid out for us. You're going to have to be using your imagination to making up your own story as we go through the pages of the story that we're going to be reading today. And then we are going to be doing a fun app that we have different shapes that are on a game show, and you have to help out with these shapes to see who can win a golden star. So we're going to be having a lot of fun today. So perfect. So we are going to get started with our calendar. And again, if you think of anything that you've been making recently, you can talk about it with the people you're with your grown-ups, maybe siblings. Also, if you want to put it in our chat, I have our chat up, and I can say from there as well. So we are going to go to our calendar. So I like to go to a website called Starfall, and it's so great because it has a lot of fun educational activities that help with like numbers and reading and colors and shapes and all sorts of different things. And I like to use the calendar on this because usually, like when we are at DoSpace, if you've never been there before, DoSpace has a really large touch monitor in our Little's Lab room. And so a lot of times when we have Little's Lab at DoSpace, I have our friends that are at Little's Lab come up and help me navigate through this website. And so I want you guys to do the same thing. I'll actually be navigating through it. I'll be, making us go from screen to screen, but I want you to pretend with me. Can you do that? Can you pretend with me? And so I would be asking you to do separate things, maybe touching your screen to help me out. So for example, you should see a big white triangle on your screen. And so I want you guys to go ahead and touch that right triangle. Can you guys go ahead and touch that right triangle for us? Go ahead and give it a touch. And so when you touched it, you changed the screen. So this on the screen, you should see the name of the month that we are in and the year that we're in. And so that first word is the month that we're in. And I want you guys to share either in the chat or with the people you're with, what is that very first letter in that word? It's also the very first letter in our alphabet. What is that very first letter? You share with the people you're with? Can you share with the people you're with what that very first letter is? And if you said it is our letter A, you are right. It is our letter A for April. So our month is called April. And our letter A is kind of tricky because it kind of has two sounds. So our letter A makes the A sound, like how the actual letter sounds, A for April, or it can make an a sound, like an apple. So it makes two sounds. Perfect. And then we are in the year 2020, 2020. That is the year we are in. And so can you guys go ahead? Do you see that green arrow in the bottom right-hand corner? Can you guys go ahead and touch that green arrow? Go ahead and touch that green arrow for me. And you just brought up our calendar. And so this is our month of April. And right under where it says April 2020, there are our 7 days of the week. And I think we should go over our 7 days of the week. Can we say our 7 days of the week all together? You say them with who you're with, and I'll say them with you. And let's start with Sunday. So there's Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. That is right. Good job. And what is our day of the week today? Can anybody tell us what our day of the week is today? Can you share with who you're with? What is our day of the week today? Does anybody know? It's the very last one we said, and it is called Saturday. That is right. Today is Saturday. That is our day of the week today, Saturday. Now you should see Saturday is highlighted gold. It looks all gold and sparkly. Can you go ahead and touch that Saturday for us? Go ahead and touch that Saturday. Perfect. So today is Saturday. That's our day of the week. Our month is called April. And then that number is our date today. And you can see on our calendar, our date has the big purple star. Can you find the day with the big purple star on it? And so it's kind of a big number, right? It's a pretty big number. You might not know what that number is, and that's okay. So that number is 25. When a 2 is in front of a 5, it makes 25. So it is the 25th day of April. That is right. Okay, friends, can you go ahead? Can you touch that green arrow for us one more time? Go ahead and touch that green arrow. So we need to put our day of the week and our date today in the right spot on our calendar. So I'm going to need your help with that again. So let's start with our Saturday. Can we put our Saturday where it needs to go in our day of the weeks? Yes, perfect. And then help me out with that 25 or 25th day of April. Let's put our 25 where it needs to go. Excellent. And then let's touch that green arrow one more time. Can you touch that green arrow in the bottom right-hand corner? Perfect. Okay, so this is our month of April. And as you can see, there's a whole bunch of different pictures on different dates, because those are different holidays or different special days throughout our month. So let's talk about those really quickly. So on our very first day of the month, on Wednesday, April 1st, you can see that there's a funny hat, because that is April Fool's Day. April Fool's Day is a day that people like to trick. They like to be tricksy, and they might pull a prank on you. They might, or pull a trick. And so you have to be careful on April Fool's Day. It's always the first day of April. So that's April Fool's Day on Wednesday, April 1st. Then the next week on Thursday, April 9th, on the ninth day of April, was Passover. Did anybody celebrate Passover? Do we have any friends that celebrated Passover? And then the next day is Friday, April 10th. On the 10th day of April was Good Friday. Did anybody celebrate Good Friday? Oh, we have a couple of hands that celebrate Good Friday. Nice. Perfect. And then we have on Sunday, April 12th, we have Easter. Did anybody celebrate Easter? Do we have any friends that celebrated Easter? Oh, we have a couple of friends that celebrated Easter. Aiden and Rory. Nice. A couple of friends celebrating Easter. And then this past week, our next holiday was this past week. So we had two this past week. So on Wednesday, April 22nd was Earth Day. Did anybody do anything special for Earth Day? Anybody do anything special for Earth Day? You know, I saw people, they planted vegetables, they planted gardens, they maybe planted flowers, they picked up trash. If maybe they went on a walk, I saw friends that went on a walk and they picked up trash as they went on their walk. And so it's just a day to keep our earth healthy, right? And the nice thing about Earth Day is that we can celebrate Earth Day all year round, because that's good, right? It's always good to pick up trash and to plant flowers when you can, and make our earth nice and healthy. So that was on the 22nd, or the 2-2, 22, or the 22nd day. And then yesterday on Friday, April 24th, Ramadan began. Anybody celebrate Ramadan? Anybody celebrate Ramadan? Okay, so I know that everybody has a birthday, right? I have a birthday, and you have a birthday. We all have birthdays, right? I'm looking for friends that has a birthday in April. Who has a birthday in April? I know one friend who is here today that has a birthday in April, right? I believe our friend Aiden has one on the 28th, if I'm remembering correctly. And so I think that's right. I'm going to say it is. So I think we had one friend that his birthday on the 28th, or the 2-8. So I'm going to put a piece of cake on the 28th. I want to say that's right. I'm hoping that's right. Aiden, if that's not right, I'm sorry. So did anybody? Yes. Okay. I'm getting confirmation. Perfect. Okay. And so that is just next week. So our friend Aiden has a birthday coming up. So happy birthday to Aiden. Does anybody else have a birthday? Ooh, our friends Evelyn and Gabriel have their half birthday, because that's sometimes a thing, right? Sometimes people celebrate their half birthdays. And so their half birthdays are on the 29th. Are you going to have cake on your half birthday? Why not, right? We'll put a piece of cake on that day. So happy half birthday, Evelyn and Gabriel. I'm glad you can join us. So perfect. Anybody else? That's okay if you don't. Hopefully you'll have a birthday next month. Perfect. Okay, friends, so we are going to move on to our story. A story that's kind of a story that you and that you're going to have to use your imagination with. So I am going to change things up a little bit. I'm going to share I'm going to try and get to an app called Epic Books that I like to use that has all sorts of different stories on it. And we are going to be reading a story that's called A Very Late Story by Mariana Capo. And so the little tag is, have you ever opened a book only to discover that the characters inside already know that they're inside of one. So we have some characters, some friends, that they figure out they're in a story and they're waiting for it. So let's see what happens in our very late story. So, once upon a time, there was a blank page. So right now, the story could be anything, right? Let's see what happens. Once upon a time, there was a blank page. But it didn't stay that way for long. Looks like we got some friends. We got one friend with glasses who has like some question marks over his head. Like, what's going on here? Looks like we have like a little bunny friend and a bear friend, all sorts of different kind of friends. Let's see what happens. Nobody knew how they got there or when, but most of all, nobody knew why. They're going, and our red friend is going, help. And our blue bear friend goes, what's going on? And our green bear friend is saying, where are we? And our tan friend says, calm down. I know where we are. Our red friend says, huh? And our blue friend says, eh? And our green friend says, oh. I think we are in a book. Oh, I get it. So we have to wait for the story? Right, let's wait. So we're gonna wait for their story. So they know they're in a book. We know they're in a book, right? We're gonna see what happens when they're waiting for the story. Is anything happening, friends? What do you think's gonna happen in the story? Let's see. And our little pink rabbit friend says, can we play? And our tan friend says, shh. And red friend says, can't you see we are busy? And our blue bear friend says, there isn't time to play. And our green bear friend says, we're waiting for the story to arrive. And our pink bunny friend says, look, this is so boring, right? Because there's not much of a story yet. So what do you think our pink bunny friend is going to do? Let's find out. So our red friend says, a bit chilly, eh? And our green bear friend says, it must be the humidity. But look over, what is that pink bunny friend doing? What is that pink bunny friend doing? Looks like he's got a backpack. What did she pull out? Let's see. So our red friend says, are we absolutely sure that this story is going to arrive? And our blue bear friend says, I don't know. Let's just wait and see. But what's the bunny doing? What did she make? It looks like she made a tree, right? What else does it look like she's making? Sigh. In the old days, stories used to arrive on time. But what's the story that our bunny friend is creating? What do you think's happening in the story? What story do you think is happening? You maybe share with your family and friends. What do you think's happening? What's the story here? Looks like we have a tree and a couple of birds and maybe a dinosaur. What do you think the story's going to be? Our red friend says, what if we went looking for it? And our blue bear friend says, and if it arrives and it doesn't find us? And our green bear friend says, we better just stay here. But what is our bunny friend making now? How do you think the story has progressed? What do you think is going to happen next? We got some birds. It looks like there's a nest. Looks like she's drawing something else. What does that look like to you? So they're just waiting, right? But our bunny friend is moving on with the story. What else is happening? What's she drawing now? Looks like a swing, right? I don't know. Who do you think is going to use that swing? Do you think she's going to use that swing? Do you think the dinosaur is going to use that swing? What's there in the middle of the tree? It's a squirrel, right? You think that squirrel's going to use that swing? Let's see. Oh my goodness. Our little bird. I think our little bird just pooped on one of our friends. One friend, he chuckles a little bit and goes, ha ha ha. And our blue bear friend goes, blah. But look on the other side of our book. Who ended up in that swing? And what is our bunny friend making now? What's the story like now for you guys? What's happening next? But now she has filled up her story on one side and it's going over to the other side of the book. And so we have one of our friends going, huh? What's going on? Because look at what's happening. What else do you see? What else do you see in the story? Looks like there's penguins and a hot air balloon. Why do you think those penguins are in a hot air balloon? And it looks like there's some grapes and apples and cherries and oranges and pears and bananas and lemons in the tree. Why are they in the tree? What do you think? What's your story like for them? Well, and so our red friend says, it sure is making us wait, isn't it? And our green friend says, well, at least it isn't raining. It doesn't look like it might rain. What else is our rabbit friend making? It looks like she made a unicorn now. And who do you think lives in that house? Who lives in the house in the tree? What do you think? Oh my goodness. Now there is a thunderstorm and it's raining on all of our friends. But look, who's our dinosaur playing with? Our tan friend. And our unicorn's in the tree. And our penguins are in the house. And our rabbit is making a basket. What's the story look like for you guys? How else is what does your story sound like for all of our characters? And then they go, huh? An A and O. Because they didn't notice it, right? They didn't notice that all this stuff was happening on the other side of the book. They were waiting for the story. But now they're part of it. Now they're part of the story. And the fun thing is, you can create it. What do you think the story is for them? I think maybe our rabbit friend, they live in an enchanted area where unicorns live and penguins live in houses and trees, and they're all friends. And look at that silly squirrel living in that cloud. But now there's a rainbow, and they're all having so much fun. But who's coming in? Who's over there? What is that? Is that a stork? He says, sorry, I'm late. I have something here for you. But they're all hanging around a big bonfire now. What do you think that stork has for them? The stork goes, here it is. It's the story you've been waiting for. And one of our friends says, we've already got one. Sit down and we'll tell it to you. So they created their own story, right? But the cool thing is that you can kind of make your own story too. Because maybe one person's story is different than somebody else's story that's different from somebody else's story just based off the pictures. So that was our very late story. So maybe the fun thing about this is that stories can be made even with somebody not telling you. You can make up your own just by looking out and seeing some things. And maybe drawing. You can draw some stuff and make a story out of that. Or paint. Or I bet when you're making your forts, there's a story that goes into that as well. And you have to use your imagination, which is so good for storytelling. Perfect. Okay, friends. So we are going to go ahead and we're going to change our app because we are going to be playing a game. This is a shape game that I'm actually really quickly going to start over right here.
You got all the shapes, and now it's time to find out which shape is the best shape. Let's say, pick the star and get a star. Here's the first challenge. Which one of these shapes has the most straight lines? Is it the circle, the square, or the triangle?
Okay, friends, so these 3 shapes, our circle, our square, and our triangle, are contestants, and they are trying to win a star. And so, but we're also helping them. So we need to find out which shape has the most straight lines. So let's look at our different shapes. Let's look at our circle first. Does our circle have any straight lines? Straight lines means that there's no curves in it at all. But does our circle have any straight lines on it? Oh, it doesn't have any straight lines, does it? No straight lines. So I don't think it's our circle. And what about our square? Does our square have some straight lines? It does. Let's count how many straight lines. So if we are looking at our square, at the very top, that's a straight line. And then on one side is a straight line. And then the other side is a straight line. And then on the bottom, there's a straight line. So that makes 1, 2, 3, 4. It also makes up all 4 sides. So that has 4 straight lines. Now let's look at our triangle. Let's see how many straight lines our triangle has. It looks like our triangle has 1 straight line on one side, and 1 straight line on the other side, and 1 straight line on the bottom. So how many straight lines is that? It's 1, 2, 3. So who has more? Our square that has 4 straight lines, or our triangle that has 3 straight lines? Do you think it's our square? Let's find out. I think it's our square because 4 is more than 3.
Yes! The square has the most straight, even sides.
I told you I was perfect. I have 4 straight sides. Watch. 1, 2, 3, 4.
We have a winner. Square has 4 straight, even sides. The square wins a star. Yay!
I'm not gonna be your friend anymore.
Be nice, Triangle, or you won't have any friends either. Ready for the next challenge? Which shape can make a seesaw with this plank of wood? Will it be square, circle, or triangle?
Which can make a seesaw? Do you guys know what a seesaw is? It's sometimes, I don't know, they used to be on playgrounds. And so it's when one person would get on one side and another person would get on another side of basically a piece of wood, and you go up and down and up and down. So this one might be a little bit trickier. Let's see if we can make a seesaw out of the circle. Let's pick the circle.
Ooh, sorry, Circle. You don't make a very good seesaw. I don't make a very good anything. Try another shape.
Not a circle. Okay, what shape should we try next? Should we try this square? Let's see what happens if we try the square.
Uh-oh, the seesaw doesn't move at all.
I'm perfect. I might not be a seesaw, but I do make a perfect table.
Yes, but we're looking for a seesaw. Thanks for playing, Square. Try again.
Okay, our only last choice is our triangle. So let's try our triangle.
Look at that. We have a winner! The wood balances perfectly on Triangle's point. Congratulations! Triangle gets a star! Yay! Now for the next challenge. Here comes Tracy the truck. Tracy wants to deliver toys to the children in town.
But I have no wheels.
Which shape can help Tracy?
Ooh, I bet you guys can help me with this. Okay, so Tracy the truck needs to get into town, but she doesn't have any wheels. What shape are wheels typically? So if you look at maybe your parents' car or a bicycle, what is the shape of the wheels that are on your bicycle or the trucks of your cars? What shape are they? I bet you know, and I bet it's the last shape that doesn't have a star. Do you think it's our circle? Let's try our circle.
What a wonderful ride. Thank you, Circle. Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Congratulations, Circle! You are a winner! You gave Tracy the truck great wheel, so you get a star! Yay!
I could cry.
I'm so happy! So, who is the best shape?
I have a star, so I must be the best shape.
Hey, I have a star too, so I'm the best shape.
Wait! I have a star too. Aren't I the best shape?
Well, I have good news and bad news. The bad news is none of you get the star trophy.
That's not fair!
But the good news is I'm a rock star!
Oh, that silly star. Well, friends, what do you think? What is the best shape to you? What do you think is the best shape? I don't know. It's hard to tell, right? Because they all have different good ways of being useful. Well, perfect. Well, friends, thank you so much for joining me for Little Lab today and working on your shapes and creating a story just by some pictures, because that's pretty fun too. So we have one more Littles Lab of Let's Make in our month of April, and it's going to be next week on Tuesday on the 28th. And then next month, in our month of May, we are going to be exploring our world with different things. So we're going to be talking about stories and using apps that help us learn about our world that we are living on. So hopefully you can join me again. So thank you again so much for joining in today. I hope you have a great day. I hope you guys get outside. It's beautiful out. And if you go to our website, if you need any other information about our webinars, we have webinars for kids, for adults, all sorts of people. So thank you guys for joining for Littles Lab, and I hope you guys have a great week. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.